Peace. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Hope y'all feeling good. Just a quick video, quick download about Joe Antennas and the connection your antennas to all the natural people of this planet, to all the natural people on this planet, the people who could channel the frequency of the sun. This is the people who could channel the frequency of the sun, could connect to every element, that could connect to every, that could connect to the minerals, that could connect to the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. All of us can't do that. Only you're black, you're Puerto Rican, you're Cuban, you're Belizean, Brazilian, all them Latino folks, except for the Mexicans. The Mexicans is human beings. And then the Filipino people, we the only people, the black people, the so-called Latino people, so-called black people, and the so-called Latino people, except for the Mexicans. The Mexican people are the human beings. But ain't nothing wrong with being no human being. And then the Filipino people is the only ones that could channel the frequency and connect to the sun and has a connection to the sun. So check this out. Our antennas, I don't like calling these dreadlocks. These ain't dreadlocks. If these was dreadlocks, then when you call them dreadlocks, that means you afraid of your ether. That means you saying that word is casting a spell over yourself, over your whole antennas, over your whole reality, just by calling them dreadlocks. To dread anything means to really be tired of it or to fear it. And these is called locks. These is called locks, antennas, ether, whatever you want to call them. Connected to the etheric planes, to the astral planes, to the quantum planes. And those are planes beyond this reality, beyond this existence in the physical realm. They exist on higher realms and higher dimensions. So this video is about our connection to the sun, our connection that our ether, that our antennas have to the sun. So check this out. If you just have your hair regular, without a braiding it, without locking it or anything, you still have a connection to it. Everything on us is connected to the sun. We are connected to the sun. Your antennas grow out of your soul, come out of your soul. Your soul is heat. Your soul produce this. And look, your hair on your legs, your hair on your legs, your hair on your arms, your hair on your head, your hair on your face, your hair down there, that's all serves a purpose. It all serves a purpose. That's why when you feel like we feel like something right or the energy ain't right, what happened? Your hair starts sticking up on your legs. Your hair starts sticking up on your arms. That's because each hair follicle, each antenna follicle has intelligence and it is alive. So that's why, just like the planet is alive, just like nature is alive, just like we are all connected to the planet, our people, in every way possible because we created the planet, so is our antennas. And our antennas hold frequencies and hold vibrations. Everything holds a frequency and vibration that is alive. That's why you're not supposed to just let anybody touch your antennas. That's why you're not supposed to just let anybody just twist your antennas, grab your antennas, and touch your antennas. Because whatever energy they have within their hands, because their hands, your energy even, you even have energy in your hands. Your hands hold energy. So you can't just be allowing motherfuckers just to be twisting your hair and twisting your hair and twisting your hair because you don't know what energy they have. They didn't touch so many heads. And within them so many heads, each head that they touch holds electricity. Your hair connects you to who you are at core. Your hair tells a lot about you. That's why somebody could pluck a piece of your hair and clone you, right? So your antennas is very vital. It holds your genetics within them. Your antennas holds everything about you. everything you done, everything about you within them. And our connection that it has to the sun is that, check this out, our connection that it has in general. So when you just have your antennas out, you have it out in the afro or however you want to have it, you are receiving energy and you are still receiving downloads within through these antennas. And since your antennas hold energy from your frequency that you are on. Like if you are thinking positive, you think thinking positive or negative. It's energy is energy. So whether you thinking on a high vibrational state, and this is the type of energy that you are upholding your ether. Your thoughts, whatever your thoughts are getting, whatever thoughts you are getting, are going straight to your head. It's going straight to your ether too. If you hold on to them thoughts, they gonna stay straight within your ether, because your ether holds all this electricity throughout the day that you have built up or even have within your hair. It holds electricity and downloads. That's why we get downloads from the sun every 9 minutes. 9 represents completion. 9 is the biggest number. There's no number bigger than 9. 9 represents completion. So as you're receiving these downloads, that's why you're able to receive and absorb and keep energy within your hair, within your ether, within your antennas. So when you have them just in a natural state, natural afro, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But then when you braid them, right, you start to create a coil. And what does a coil do? A coil is a conductor of electricity, just like copper. Copper is coil. This copper is coil. That's why you think you see people putting copper on their antennas, on their locks and shit, because they understand that copper is the most powerful electrical conductor of electricity. And when you know this, you powerful. And when you know that your words and the stuff that you speak daily are powerful, your words are spells. But that's another video. But that's why you start seeing people putting copper and shit on their locks. And then check this out. When it's braided, it creates a coil. So what does a coil do? A coil is a conductor of electricity. And what is the coil pattern? What does the coil look like? The number 9. 9 is completion. We are completion. That's why we have 9 ether. That's why we are 9 ether beings, and that's why we have 9 ether. It coils in a 9. Even if you cut all your hair off, you see when you get waves and shit, you see our hair naturally. We don't even have to have waves. We just cut it ball in the middle. What does it look like? The circle of the galaxy. The crown. The circle of the galaxy. Why do you think they call it the crown? Why do you think we have a crown chakra? In my next videos, I will be explaining chakras. I'm sure you already know, but I'm just going to bring it back to the forefront. So, yeah. Our ether connects us to the sun. So, and we channel the frequency of the sun through our hair and through our vessel. Our vessel is even powerful too. Meaning our skin, we powerful. So our whole body connects us to the sun. But our hair has a divine direct connection to the sun and channel frequencies. You could channel frequencies through the sun and receive information through the sun through your ether, through your antennas. So then after you braid it, you create a coil. But that coil can be taken out because braids are not permanent. So then, but you will be on a higher level of understanding than a person who just has their hair out. That don't mean they won't be tapped in or nothing, because we tapped in either way. And it also depends on the soul and the spirit too, how powerful that soul and that spirit is. But you are more likely to be more tapped in if your hair is coiled more than. Is your hair is more coiled than someone else's. And then, braids are not permanent, so you can take braids out. But then when you start to lock your hair, then you start to reach a different and a higher level of enlightenment, rather than someone who just had their hair out in a fro. It's all electricity though. And you gotta remember that if you just starting to awaken, right, and you was just on that low frequency, you have antennas, you have locks. If you don't want to cut them off, cleanse them. And you could just simply cleanse them by sticking your crown in the grass and asking Mother Nature to cleanse them 3 times, or speak some affirmations like, my ether, my antennas is cleansed, my antennas is cleansed, my antennas is cleansed of all negative energy. but peace. Value y'all. I value y'all. I understand y'all. We one. This is the connection. Just a simple connection that your antennas have to the sun. It could channel information, channel downloads. It could channel information. It receives downloads. You receive downloads whether you know it or not. And it holds your very much genetics, existence, and your reality all in one.